Oh, and we're live.
Hi.
She would be pouring wine.
I would. Bad timing.
It's been a Monday.
It has been a Monday. Yes, it has. And we're here. Same place.
Same time.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Taylor.
And this is Cupcakes and Wine.
For another episode. Happy Monday.
Thank
We do know you have a Patriots game tonight, so we'll get you out in
Yes.
a timely manner.
We are definitely going to try to get you guys out on time because they're playing 7:05, I believe.
7:05 or 7:15, I think.
Yes.
But
But no Cam
I
Newton.
hope my baby Kim Newton gets better. I love you. I'll still take care of you with COVID. Andrea hates me.
Yes, so no Cam Newton tonight, but we're sure that they're going to do well. I hope. Fingers crossed. But thank you for joining us. We'll get you out of here on time, promise, because we want to watch the game too. So we'll get you out on time. Sponsors, would like to acknowledge our elite sponsor, Brian Vieira. He is from Vieira Auto Group. He's located right here in Fall River on Earl Street.
Yep. I have to take my car to him this week. My brakes are making noises.
Taylor's always taking her car to him.
Yeah, her too. Don't let her fool you. Are you kidding me? This girl. She acts like she doesn't call Brian for every little noise she hears too. But he's literally the best. Like, he takes us in right away. Liz works in the office, and she's his hot mama wife, who is also amazing. Gets us in right away. He's just the best. He hands our car, gets us back to us quick.
Yep.
Thanks, Brian.
So thank you so much. He is one of our biggest sponsors right now.
Yeah.
And you will find his little logo on the corner of our screen, Vieira Auto Group. His phone numbers, he does have two. So 508-730-9737 or 508-673-7510.
But seriously, if you need anything done to your car, even if it's like a brand new Mercedes, BMW, he takes them all. He does a great job. He gets it in and out really quickly. Bring it to Brian.
So today's topic, as I have so many questions, is homeschooling.
I don't know do you have questions or are you just so over me calling you aggravated in the middle of the day?
I'm concerned. I'm very concerned for all the moms out there and dads. There are a lot of dads going through it. I'm kind of over Taylor.
Yeah, she's trying to deal with somebody else now. That's why we totally call in any moms that just want to talk and vent with us. I get it. Andrea doesn't, but she literally calls, she gives me wellness checks basically every day. Especially, so my daughter's on a hybrid, which means she goes in school 1 week and then she's home one week for all remote. But every Wednesday is full remote all day long. That's the only day she's really online with the teacher all day.
So I've heard a lot of issues on the electronic side.
So, I mean, that has been our one good place is our internet's been good, but her teacher's internet not so good. I think they were definitely struggling with the school's internet for a while. So my daughter's in the Florida Public School System, and they were, I know, the first week school started, a Verizon line, which is what the school uses, got burnt down in a fire. Oh. So those first few days, they couldn't even start to upload stuff. So many kids couldn't even get in. The first day was a Wednesday, which is all remote for everybody. Nobody could get in. Like, I remember looking on Facebook because we were stressing out. And I'm looking on Facebook and I'm like, oh, shit, at least I'm not alone. Because it was just like nightmare story after nightmare story.
Well, I can imagine how many people it affected.
I mean, if you're stressed about your kids learning, that's a problem. Like, I mean, we went through... Andrea went through some of my daughter's stuff, and she's concerned now.
I'm concerned.
She's not happy that I'm teaching her.
No. We will have a caller today. Is it Kimry?
Kimry, yeah.
Kimry, okay. And she has 3 children that she's homeschooling.
Yeah, I don't know how she works a lot, and she's just really into a lot of things. I'm actually very curious to hear how her life is going. And she lives real nearby. Our daughters are friends. So it's funny because I feel like I'm stressed out with one kid, but then I gotta think sometimes, I don't know how the hell she's doing it right now.
I can't wait to talk to her.
Can you imagine if I had more than one kid?
No. 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 I can't.
What was my problem today? I definitely called you today with some bullshit.
So I was going through Taylor's daughter's.
All right, so here, I showed Andrea this. This is what I get home. So they're not sending papers home back and forth all week long. So basically on Friday.
She's going to be a great artist.
They send home. This is her notebook. This is the folder.
And what school does she go to?
She's at Sylvia.
Okay.
So great school. I love the teachers there. And her teacher this year is great. But I just, as a parent, what the heck? Here I go. Already screwing things up. Look at the circles that I didn't fill out.
It must be hard from when you were in school and how kids are doing a lot now.
Well, they're just doing things so differently now. And
I think that's where the struggle is.
And I was really like good at school. You know, I could read stuff and just like get it done. So it was easy for me. But
and
my
things have
daughter's
changed.
not the same way. So,
but it's changed. That's what I hear from a lot of parents. That the way of teaching and what they're learning is so different than what we learned.
Well, even just the basic math it's like
and the way they're doing it.
They're using number bonds and boxes. And I know I've had this conversation with so many people, so I really hope somebody does call in and
yes,
go over this
please.
with me.
We
need. Because I've heard people just saying the same things. I mean, basic math is just not the basic math anymore. So I'm always lost. But this is what I go through this morning. Because she goes to her dad's on the weekend. So I had no access to this folder. So we got packets, we got her old school work. I love art. Yeah, figures. That's all she seems to be doing.
But if there are any stay-at-home moms that are watching, please send us a message or call in. Our phone number is 207-300-7974. We would love to hear from you guys. I'm really...
They're making masks on their faces.
I'm really concerned.
She's concerned for me. It's been a wild time.
I'm concerned.
I just have as much homework to do for her as she does. But I just don't know how do you work, right? How do you work and be a mom and clean the house or a dad, whatever it is, and then also have to go through. Are we getting a comment?
So we have do stay-at-home dog dads count? Yeah. Hello. Yes.
I don't know if you met Angie and her dog.
Yes.
Yeah, they count. They count. Dogs are like kids. That's why I only have a kid.
Dog dads?
A dog and a kid.
I mean, please, we'd love to hear from you. Call in. We'd love to know how it's going with your dog at home.
Yeah, how's it going? How is your dog?
You know, it's just another day, another medication.
Another doctor's appointment.
Another doctor's appointment.
Last week.
I had two.
I remember
last week.
at our last show, you had brought her the day before.
Yep.
On our last show,
Yes.
and then I think the day after our show, you had to take her
yes,
back.
it was like a few days in between, and then her 1 week follow up, like the week after. So, yeah.
Is something ringing?
Something is ringing.
Oh, somebody's calling us.
All right.
All right.
We will be right with you. Oh.
Did we lose it? Oh. Andrea probably shouldn't use technology. Are we calling them back?
How do I do this?
We have to put our headphones on.
Yeah, I look like E.T.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. This is Kimry.
Hey, Kimry. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So, how was your Monday with the kids?
My Monday, I got a shower in.
So, do you shower typically every day, or?
I don't know.
No, not always.
Oh, man.
It went okay today, although Eliana is sick, and I tried to give her Mucinex, and right before her Zoom meeting, she puked all over my floor.
Oh, jeez.
So that was how my day went.
Oh, what a good way to start it, huh? Now you have, they're all at home. One's in school, right? You have Eva goes to school, but even that, like, that's tough for you to do a drop off, pick off. 2 kids are at home.
Yep, Eva goes to school. She's on an IEP. She goes to school Monday through Thursday from 8 to 12. But the teachers are virtual.
Oh.
Yeah. There's another.
So how does that work?
Teacher in the classroom, but it's not her special ed teacher.
Oh my God, this poor girl. That sounds confusing for me. Never mind how she's.
I'm already
dealing with
confused.
But easier. My Eva has some ADHD and some oppositional defiance. So she just loses it on me when she's home, and I'm trying to help her with old people math when she's using this new math, and
As I said.
It's just frustrating.
How is the math going?
The math is going because Atlantis, they go to Atlantis Charter, and they're virtual. So they're all on Google Meet with a teacher in a classroom every day.
Okay.
Jesus.
So I just have to keep them, making sure they're not going to the bathroom 20 million times, like my son, who can, when a new teacher comes in, he can go to the bathroom. It's a lot better this year than it was last year. Last year was all self-taught, and I was just fighting with them, and I was sick of fighting, and I said, you know what, you don't want to do your schoolwork, you will fail. And that's where I was at. And they came home with all A pluses.
Were they earned A pluses or were they given A pluses?
They definitely did not earn A pluses. They definitely were not, A pluses. I was always a DC student, so I'm not really sure what an A student looks like. But it doesn't, I don't think, I always thought doctors got A pluses.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are not doctor material.
No, Kimry, what do you...
I love them.
I know, I mean, I haven't really asked before, but I know you work, so are you still working?
I'm working. I cut my hours back to be home with them because last year was a disaster I let you leave to go to work, and it was only short periods, 3 hours here, 3 hours there. I would leave, try to get them to do their work, come home, my house would be trashed, the work wouldn't be done, trying to get them to eat. It was a disaster.
Yeah, how do you, you gotta stop for lunch, and then you have to stop to go pick Eva up.
Yeah.
Well, the other kids are still learning, I would assume. They're doing their stuff online.
Yeah, I have another child that comes and gets dropped off at my house from Fall River Public Schools, and it is hard. They're all self-taught. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to teach a 7th grader about circles and radius, and I don't remember that stuff. I don't deal with that.
I know.
And I'm trying to watch the video that they're supposed to watch while I'm trying to do what an adult's supposed to do, clean and cook. And
because now you got to feed all these kids all day long too.
Yeah.
It's not it's just so much more than just doing this learning stuff.
It's hard.
And when little kids, they're not even ready for basic stuff. So you're basically teaching. Can you hear us?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Very far away.
Oh. Can you hear us now? Oh, because the phone is far away.
Yeah.
Boom, got it.
That's better.
All right. We'll be louder. Yeah. But it's just so much more than even just the basic stuff for the little kids because they don't even really know school yet at this point. I know, right? Kenzie was in 1st grade when this all started, so.
Yeah. I really enjoy the way that Atlantis has done it. I'm a fan of all of them being in school, but at least Avon goes on at 8 o'clock in the morning and gets off at 12, and all of his main courses, they're sitting on a Google Classroom, and the teachers come in and out of the Google Classroom.
Like a regular class?
Yes, as if they were on, in class.
Yikes.
And it's crazy because they have full access to every one of these computers. I got a call tonight to remind our children that they can watch what our children are Googling on those computers and to make sure it's all appropriate.
That's right. The Chromebooks, they're all monitored. That's when I know I go to sign Mackenzie in too, it brings you in and it lets you know right away that they are watching everything you're on.
Yeah.
Have you had any issues on the technical side lately? Because that's one thing I hear. There's a lot of crashes.
Well, when I'm home, it's fine, but I've tried to go camping.
Okay.
And we bought the Wi-Fi there, and they just kept buffering, and I'm going they're trying to move their computer to a different part of the campground, and I'm trying to walk back, and it was just chaotic. It was chaotic. I was hoping I could,
try to relax.
Enjoy some time while they're homeschooling, because that's what usually, people who really homeschool, they do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They can bring the school to the park. They can bring it to the zoo. They can, and that's what I was trying to do, but it didn't really work.
Do you think these kids are actually getting a good education right now during this?
Yes and no. I just feel like there's a lot of, like, for my son, for Atlantis at least, there's a lot of coddling. Like, they are on top of them to, like, I can't even explain. Like, are you looking down? Are you looking at a phone? Are you playing your video games? Like, they're constantly asking me to stay focused while they're learning. Where at school, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, even when I watch the little kids in Kenzie's classes, I don't know if they're even really paying attention.
Yeah.
They're like all over the place. They're making weird noises. I'm definitely concerned on how Mayan is going to learn and how this is going to affect her long term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I agree. Especially the younger years, because algebra, you really don't need in life unless you're going in that direction. But reading and adding and subtracting and multiplication are all needed throughout your whole entire life. And if there's big gaps in that education, where we really are screwed.
And even the social aspect, a lot of these kids aren't getting that social, that social intelligence and sitting with other kids and speaking to other kids. And let's face it, like when you get older, a lot of finding jobs and work is networking.
But let's just be real. How much is this on the school and how much is this on the parents?
Oh, the parents have now a way bigger piece. And how much were they doing before? Like, if you weren't doing much before, you're not doing much now. Let's face it.
No, but you need to be focusing on these things with your children. If you've already, like, I feel like we're in a society that our children are so afraid of their own shadow that they don't venture out and they don't do their own things because their parents have just kept them in a bubble. And now we have COVID, so now they're really more in a bubble. Like, parents need to just let their kids be kids and go and experience the world, because school can't do it all. They can't teach them all of their social skills, their hygiene. Like, school can't do it all. Parents are supposed to do this stuff.
Well, I think even before this, it was supposed to be, right, 80% at home, and then the teachers do the rest, like teach them the new stuff, right? Parents should have been reading with their kids already. I mean, I know I always read with Mackenzie every night. You have to, or they're not. Teachers can only do so much. They have a class of so many kids, 20 kids, 25 kids sometimes. Yeah. You gotta do stuff at home. You can't just expect that they're gonna learn all these things and rules and school stuff all in what, a 6-hour day?
I just think that parents nowadays are relying on school too much. We have a whole world in front of us. Hands-on in the world is what our kids need. They need to learn things, things that books can't teach them.
Yeah, discipline, respect, that stuff starts at home. It's not even.
No.
And I don't know how they're gonna.
I can't imagine, because I mean, I was always used to being in school, and I have no children. I don't know.
Would you want to have a child with all this stuff going on right now?
No.
Would you, right? It makes me wonder.
It does.
For parents right now, would you want to do this? Would you technically want to become
I just think the social interaction is so important. And if you have a timid child to begin with, and now they're not being exposed to the elements with interacting with other children.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, how do they learn to communicate effectively?
Kimry, do you find, I know there's not much that we can do with COVID and all these regulations, but when the children are out, do you find differences in how they're interacting? Or are they dependent on being home?
Fear. My kids are, I feel like I'm trying to raise them back when I was a kid. They go up the street, they ride their bikes. I'm not going to live my life in fear over a virus or over... the things that the media and on social media everywhere, it's so in our face that they want us to be fearful, and I refuse to be fearful.
go play. Go walk up the street and go ring the doorbell and find Mr. Springer and ring his doorbell.
Yeah, they need to be outside. They need to be doing things.
They do. I enjoy camping for that reason because they are literally out all day long playing with kids like we should be. But we have campgrounds that are open and we have all these kids, but we can't have a school. We have baseball with all of these kids. We can't have school open.
You can go to the market, right? The market's never changed.
No, I don't understand. Like, I understand we have a virus that is very serious. Not downplaying that at all. All I'm saying is all the rules are not equal, and our children are the ones being affected.
Yeah, 100. Why do they get screwed out of this? Even like for extracurricular activities. Look at all the kids that lost sports. Fall River Falcons. Done.
Yeah.
This is the first season in how many years that and I was a coach for the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
These kids need that. There's kids that walk across the city to go play football because they have nobody, like they don't really have much at home.
Right.
Well,
What else are they going to do?
Florida National Baseball over at Dumont Field is open, and we're taking people, so go on down. Sign up for baseball.
Yeah. I mean, the kids they need to do something. I know I have Kenzie and Gillette's martial arts.
They have to be involved in
She loves
something.
it. She loves it. And it's at least it's still they're doing a great job. They're going by the guidelines. They're keeping the kids apart. I know Kenzie's got to bring her mask in, but
they're out.
It's a little normalcy, you know.
Yes.
She gets to go be with kids. She's in a kid, and that's why I'm happy you guys are right down the street because that was her only normalcy during that quarantine time. She was like going crazy in the house.
Yeah. I think we'll get back to homeschooling. I have Eva, who is just got into 3rd grade. She's on an IEP. She just at Christmas time last year got on an IEP, and she can't read and has a lot of learning disabilities. And I tried to get them to keep her back last year. Like, up until 2nd grade, it's learning to read. From 3rd grade on, it's reading to learn. And if she doesn't understand the concept of reading and doing all that stuff, how can I continue to pass her along? But because of COVID and because she's on an IEP, they said, no, we can't keep her back. Like, oh.
I remember talking to you about that, and you were almost like begging them to keep her back.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best thing a kid needs.
Yeah, I wasn't a good student. I had learning disabilities. I struggled. I cheated my way through high school. And now here I am trying to teach my children with all these gaps in my own education.
Yeah. And to work and to clean the house.
Yeah.
I know, Kimmy, are you able to get to any of that?
Say that again?
Are you able to get into any of that? Like just little things around the house that you used to be able to do between working and taking care of the children?
Well, before I would like drop the kids off, I'd go to work, I'd come home, I'd pick up the house, I'd stop supper, I'd go pick up the kids, I'd come home, I'd do homework after school activities. And now it's like I wake up, I try to get the kids breakfast, I get them on, I drop her off at school, I fly back to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and my son's not stuck in the bathroom in his 5th crap of the day.
So that's been popular, I heard. I heard that the kids, when they want to take a break, they act like they have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I read one today on Facebook. Somebody was saying like she'll stop every 5 seconds for a snack. Mommy, I'm hungry. I need a snack. She's like after the 4th snack in like 2 hours. I was like, what the heck? There's no way this kid wants to eat this much.
It's just crazy. It's nonstop, and I feel like I'm failing my children because I should be able to teach them these things that the teachers aren't necessarily able to teach because they're not in front of them.
You know what I'm finding too, honestly, is that my patience is thin. My patience is getting thin. And then I feel bad because, you know, it's Monday night. I mean, this poor girl's probably still working on schoolwork. I'm praying I'm going to come home and this is done already. But I feel like I'm getting short with her, right? And I don't want to be the mean mom all the time. Like, what the heck?
No, stop doing that, Taylor. You can be the mean mom.
Oh,
We're not meant to be parents to be their friends. We're meant to be their parents to set them straight. So
no, you're 100% right.
Toss that out. They can be your friends after.
I just like I just hate by the end of the day we're just like we're done with each other.
I know.
So it just looks like Kimry, we're just having some communication issues. If you can just speak a little closer to the phone.
Yeah, I can talk.
On our end. Oh, we can hear you. All right. we got you.
Okay.
But yeah. This is all just uncharted territory for me because
Yeah.
Yeah, I just call her and complain really.
and I just remember being a kid and waking up and getting on the school bus and going to school and coming home at the end of the day doing your homework.
I do find on the days Kenzie's in school, she is like ready to go. Like I wake up sometimes after her and she is basically ready to go. Like I'll have to do like make her lunch and stuff, but she just wants to leave. She wants to go to school. She wants to be with her friends. I know their recess sucks. Like you can't play tag. You can't. They have 4 groups, I guess, and they can be with a couple kids in each group, and they get to pick from either like hopscotch, Connect 4, and like a couple other things.
How is recess going with is it charter that the kids go to, Atlantis charter?
Oh, does Eva get a break during the day?
No. Nope.
Oh.
She only has 4 kids in her class. And she'll get a break, like a snack break, but that's it.
So she only does she get masks? She gets the mask break?
She doesn't have to wear a mask because they're more than 10 feet apart.
Oh.
She wears it into the classroom to her spot, and then she can take her mask off.
So for somebody like Eva that you said she's got ADHD, how does that affect her sitting in a class all day long? Like not being able to take a break. Is she like wound up when you pick her up?
No, that's the great thing about medication, She's not.
I didn't Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
I have always been an anti-medication, but finally I was like, screw this. I need my sanity.
I think if you need it, if you genuinely need it, you're not over medicated. Like, and I have met Eva. She's awesome. She's got a great personality. Her social skills will not be ruined by all of this. By the way, she's awesome. But I never can tell. So she definitely is somebody who probably just needs the medication because her mood is pretty normal all day long. I've seen kids that are very clearly over medicated, and she's not the case.
And how are the other 2 children with the homeschooling?
Eliana is my anxiety-filled child. She is.
I can relate. There.
I mean, she's fine when I'm home, but I see her anxiety increasing. Like she won't sleep out. She is always looking. Like if I go downstairs to do the laundry, she's looking. Ma, like Jeepers creepers. Can I like?
You can't even go to the bathroom without her, huh?
No, I can't. Nope.
And is that something that she had acquired before homeschooling, or is this something that slowly?
Yeah, she had it beforehand, but it has become worse.
Yeah.
Like now she's like afraid to go back to school. Not that she's afraid of the virus. No, it's just that this anxiety that has been created in her.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
And how old is Eliana?
How old's Eliana?
Eliana is 7.
Yeah, but it's just I think it may not even be the situation. It's just it was such a big change so fast. I mean, one week they're going to school, and the next week now it's at home, and now it's all on the computer, and now these little kids now have to learn. I mean, if Kenzie doesn't know Google Drives like by the back of her hand in the next couple of months, right?
Yeah.
And as a 7-year-old, like, did you know how to use a computer this well? Like,
no, there was no computers when I was 7.
Well, exactly. Dude, you don't have to share your age, Kimberly.
I mean, how many computers did we do?
No, I know. Even like, how old was I when I was probably middle school? I was using like AIM.
I think I graduated like 2001, I want to say.
From high school?
From high school. So we didn't have a whole lot of computers.
No, we didn't. I graduated in 2000.
Yeah, we didn't. See, so she's not
much.
showing her age, okay?
I type on a typewriter.
I got you, Kimberly. You're not showing your age.
39. I'm proud
yes,
to be.
There you go.
We'll see you, Andrea.
35, and that's okay. No, but I mean, I don't remember using a whole lot of computers when I was in school. We were still handwriting everything.
Yeah,
How are the kids
Okay.
gonna know motor skills too? That's last thing that bothers me is my kid's motor skills right now. I mean, look,
yeah.
you were looking at her writing.
Yeah. It's terrible.
How bad does she? I know.
Sorry.
You know what she did for reading today? I know. You know what she did for reading today? You had to click the words to make a sentence. Like, no, you need to write your sentence. I'm like very concerned for her writing.
I think spelling too, because they don't have, it comes up as it's wrong. They don't, like, I know our teachers used to circle the words that we spelled wrong, but now it just pops up and they can fix it.
Kenzie figured out how to left click to put the right words on, by the way.
Kimry, we just had we had someone that just had said we had Oregon Trail in school. Do you remember that?
Jen. Do you remember the Oregon
Trail?
Do you remember the Oregon Trail?
Oregon Trail was green.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Did you ever survive it is the question? Because I died.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
I remember having those big bulky computers too to do it on.
Yes.
And that disc that you used to put in.
And I mean, I know.
Oh my God, that's right. The floppy disks, right?
Yeah.
And I know these children are like they excel. They're super smart with technology now. Like sometimes my nieces and nephews, they're doing something and I'm like, what? How did they just do that? Like I get confused. Have any of your children had any problems as far as that, or are they pretty up to date?
They're, the teachers right now, because they're on the Google Classroom, they talk them through it all.
Oh, okay.
So they can literally see what the kids are doing on their computer and where their mouse is, and they say, yep, you can press that, and they talk them through it all.
Okay. So, I mean, there is a part where they're learning, but, I mean, not really. They're not.
I don't.
But that assistance is needed.
I like the virtual classrooms.
Okay.
I like that like my oldest daughter, who was 17 at Diamond, she does better with virtual learning. There's no drama. There's none of those.
There's no other distractions
aspects.
there.
Yeah. So she does a lot better with virtual schooling because all she has to do is focus on schooling and her other things in life, but not the drama of high school.
That's true. Girls are tough, so
they are.
that's a whole other issue for a whole nother day. We should do a show on that. Kimmer, you might have to call back for that too.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need more wine for that.
I mean, how many glasses have you had today?
Have to put this at night because that might become
a late night session.
Kimmer, you feel free to come on the show too and drink the wine with us.
Absolutely.
By the way,
yeah.
I know I got a text from her today. I'm kind of feeling like a hot mess, but we get it. It was Monday. I just showered like right before I came on the show.
She did.
Oh man.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, we were doing school stuff all day long. And then I worked too on the side of her. So she's going to stop every 3 seconds to ask me a question because we're not. So you sound like your kids are more on there all day long with teachers. Kenzie's on with a teacher for 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
No.
I mean, I understand why because they have some kids who are virtual and some kids in class in front of them, but there should be a virtual class. Like, she should be teaching virtually and to her class.
I agree with that 100%. And I don't understand, like, it's only Wednesdays that she's on with a teacher all day long because the whole school is on. But even that, she's pretty much done by 11. We were done even earlier, a half hour earlier last week.
If you think about how much time is wasted in a school day, everybody's got to line up. Mm-hmm. People have to go to the bathroom. They have their recess. They have their snacks. They have their lunch. They have story time. They have all those little things that are not there anymore.
Mm-hmm. And Kimry, this is just a question, not a question, but a comment that came up on our feed. Do you think that there is any difference between having a child that is a male or a female as far as learning?
No, I
Okay.
think I think when it comes to middle school and being in person, it does because they start getting distracted by hormones and attraction and all that drama crap. But as in learning, I think it has to do with each child and not a sex.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone's learning at their own pace. And I mean, I wasn't particularly I excelled at some parts in school, but other parts I was terrible. Like math, I was terrible. Or reading and writing.
I know what's making me nervous with my daughter is she's very hands-on. So the fact that like basically her remote week all week long is independent learning is crushing her. If I walk away, I already know I gotta even. What was I doing? I jumped in the shower.
You're getting
and
nervous.
I was it's stressing me out. I was brushing my teeth and I know I gotta check. Hey, Ken's, how's it going in there? Because I know that girl is like just dazing off. I'll come back sometimes. She's still in the same.
She's like her mom.
Well,
But I got my shit
thing
done.
too is that our children act differently for us than they do a teacher, and the teacher can raise the bar because they know developmentally where they're supposed to be. Where me, they're still my little kids, and I need to coach them along. Where teachers are like, no, you know how to do this. Get this done now. And miraculous, they know how to do it. But at home, you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, because they feel like they can just like bamboozle us.
Yeah, and they do.
For lack of
And
better term.
and Kenzie will start crying. I don't know. I can't get it. I'm sorry. I'm like, girl.
She has been a lot better at crying in my house. I don't accept that crap.
See? I'll start beating her up. I know. She'll start with the tears with me. I'm like, what the hell? Here we go. And I just like, I hate the whining.
So different schools, how are different schools doing things? Are they all...
Clearly they're different because I know what Kimry just explained is far different than what Fall River schools are doing. Like I said, Kenzie is basically independent. Her remote week is basically independent. It's basically, I'm her teacher.
And I do know there are some schools, which I think is how Kimry, you had said, it's more of like a hybrid. So I've heard some schools doing like 3 weeks home, 1 week in school.
I don't like that either because then the kids I'm never comfortable. You get them going 1 week to school, then bam, they're back home. And then like, I need a schedule. I need to be able to get, like, especially with Eva, with the ADHD and the oppositional, she needs to know what's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she needs to be ready for it. And she does not do good with change. So that changing back and forth week to week would not do for her.
And I think I heard, I don't know if it's Somerset Swansea or Somerset and Swansea. I know Swansea's one of them because I was just talking to parents in the gym the other day, and their kids go like, their hybrid is not by the week, it's by the days. So they're on 2 days. That would mess me up.
How can parents?
I can't even remember what I ate for breakfast. Never mind what day of the week.
How can you get on that schedule? That's a lot.
How do the kids' brains process that? You're in school 2 days, and then you're doing Zooms the next 2 days. That just, I feel like how do you get into a routine like that in by a day? It takes you you a full week to even start to create a habit anyways, like 3 weeks.
Especially a creature of habit. Like all of us have like jobs that we do every single day. Some do not, but you're waking up, you're on a routine. So you're basically just like throwing these kids here, there, everywhere.
I mean, in my opinion, these kids are gonna be like hot messes.
Oh, stop.
How do you even? This is quite the year.
So, Kimry, we also keep getting that like the social settings has been difficult on children, just with being home and them not seeing their friends and communicating as much.
No, I agree with that to a certain extent, but like I make sure I go and I talk to my neighbors and I know the people around me so my kids can have friends.
Yeah.
Like I have to get off my butt and take Eva to dance and Eliana and Ava to baseball, and I'm running all over the city to make sure my kids have that social interaction.
And I would love to hear a teacher's point of view. I should probably not have any input at all because I don't have children, but I do feel like I feel strongly about it. This has been more 100% on parents more than teachers. And it's not teachers' fault. I'm not putting that out there.
Listen, I think the teachers are doing a great job.
Parents have had to step up.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down
more
to.
Money.
But I would
teachers need more money.
Yeah. I would love for a teacher, if they're viewing, to call in and let us know how they're doing.
Yeah, if we could, maybe even if it happens next week. But I am curious to hear how that goes.
Not
Because
only do
you
they have
guys,
to know the
teaching has been the same way. I mean, the curriculum changes, but teaching itself has been the same way. I do want, we're getting a bunch of good comments in our stream.
Yeah, so apparently we have one child that goes to Green. He's fully remote.
His whole class is remote, so his teachers are only teaching them.
But it's a lot of independent work. So mom's frustrated.
Yep. Same. I just
Yep.
how are our younger kids learning? And I know Sanja, and I know she has a younger son about Kenzie's age or a year older, I think. And how are these kids learning independent work at such a young age?
So we have another parent whose son goes to school in Rhode Island. He is homeschooled every Wednesday and at school every other day.
And
it seems to be working. And then we have one mom, kids are remote, and we love it.
So, hey, I mean, I guess all kids, well, you said it before. You said all kids learn differently.
They do, and at their own pace.
I mean, and Kimber, you see it with all three of your kids, I'm sure. How does your older one do? How's Avon doing? And because he's middle school.
Avon's doing okay. I got his progress report, and he's got all good grades. I think the good thing is kids are very resilient. Mm-hmm. We have a generation of kids who they love playing video games. So this is they already know how to interact with other kids, even though it's not what we're used to. Mm-hmm. And not that I think it should be done this way. There should be face-to-face interaction because they don't know how to talk to each other. But that's where all his friends are, is on the PS4.
True. That's so true.
You know?
That's so true.
Like,
that's
are
that
these
age.
people even real?
Oh, Sandra's saying again, she doesn't feel like her son's learning anything. And he's questioning everything. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too.
She'll assign work, and he completes it without issues, but only because it's a worksheet. So, Kimry, do you experience a lot of that? Do you think they're taking it in, or are they confused at times, and mom comes to the rescue?
I think, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm hoping that they're taking it in. Praying that they're taking it in, and I'm praying that they'll be able to implement it in their life. But I look at my schooling, and how much do I remember?
Yeah. Now you're taking a weird year like this, where it's a lot of the basics for our girls. I mean, let's face it, they're just starting to learn at these years.
Yeah.
Because kindergarten is just, in my opinion, just to get you acclimated to school.
And how old is Kenzie?
She's 7.
She's 7. So
first grade, she got taken out halfway because it started in March? The kids went on quarantine. And forget it. Nothing got accomplished in March. Let's face it. They tried to send home, when they saw that it was going to be longer than a week, they tried to send home all these packets. I didn't understand half the packets. And I'm like, pretty smart. Couldn't figure it out. Poor kid answered one page, left the other page was empty. Like, we read a lot. She's going to be a great reader.
So, Kimry, I think you had just mentioned this as well. Someone just commented that places of employment are struggling due to parents needing to take time off without pay to help their children homeschool as well. So I've heard of that. Have you heard of things like that? Parents struggling with having to stay home?
Yeah, I mean, I applied for unemployment. I was honestly hoping that this next stimulus would go through, because then I would be comfortable. I'd be making more than I would be working. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't, who knows what the heck's going on. Yeah. But it's hard because, like, I filled out my unemployment. There was a discrepancy between what my job said and what I said. So now that everything's held up. Thank God my husband works and makes good money. But if I was a single mom by myself, I'd be out of luck.
I know. I'm in a group text with some of the moms from Kenzie's school, and a couple of them too. They took some leave of absences, and it's all on the husband to kind of like go to work, and it's a lot on the moms to sit there and do all this homeschooling with the kids.
Yeah, I should have went on unemployment when it first started, but I didn't want to leave my client like that.
No, you worked right through quarantine.
Yeah, I worked all the way through the peak of all this with my kids home, trying to teach them. And then when they finally said all remote learning, I said, I can't do this again. I cannot do this again. I'm not going to do school this year the way I did it last year, because my kids failed. Like, in my eyes, they failed last year because they didn't do much.
Yeah. No, that's how I felt with Kenzie.
Got passed along.
That's how I feel with Kenzie, too. I feel like they just... all schools in total. Kenzie's trying to call me right now. She's probably like, I'm done. I feel like schools in general, they just passed the kids because nobody was keeping kids back.
No.
And we do have a lot of workplaces, which another comment that just came through. Employers less than 25% staff back in the office, and they're primarily remote as well.
For employers?
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, these businesses aren't even fully staffed as I'm interpreting it, and that can't be easy. So, working at a job that's not fully staffed and then having to do all these... No, and then having to do all these things with your children, with homeschooling.
Well, I work, I do PCA work, which is personal care attendant. I go into a lady's house who's in a wheelchair, and I help her with her everyday needs. Mm-hmm. And they can't get staff. They can't. Before the corona, they couldn't get staff, and they sure as heck can't get staff now.
Yeah, because everyone's going to stay home with their kids.
And it's left on the same people over and over again, and I finally said I can't do it anymore. And my kids and my family have to come before my job, and I'm thankful. I thank God every day that my husband can provide. If I was a single mom, my kids would be, I don't know what I would do. I guess we'd have a whole bunch of McDonald's workers.
Yeah. We would. I mean, I love McDonald's, but
I
know where we're going with this.
Yeah. No disrespect to the McDonald's.
No, none at all.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm hoping for doctors and lawyers,
Yeah.
So they can take care of me when I'm older.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially after this year. I hope we all document this really well to go back on when they are good at a good place. And remember that year Mom had to homeschool you and work all at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had
another comment. I took last week off to be with my daughter for remote learning. It's tough for them. Yeah.
I have a friend who works, and she's got 3 children. 2 of them are in daycare, and the other one's at Talbot. And I take her child because she has no more AT time. She's got nothing. So I'm running to the school because she has issues with her daughter, and I have to go fly over there because they need a parent there, and she's a single mom.
Yeah, I feel that.
And if she keeps having to leave work, she's going to lose her job.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that right now.
So
a lot of kids having a tough time.
Yeah, a lot of focusing issues. That was one of our comments. Just for them to sit there and focus is much more difficult than them being in a school setting, which I can imagine. If I had, if you have mom and dad teaching you, I feel like you have a little bit of leeway to, not kind of do as you please, but you're going to listen to a teacher more than mom and dad.
So I know a lot of Kenzie's, her schoolwork, especially, I noticed today, they started to do a little bit more of a digital switch. So she had more computer work than she did packet work. Believe it or not, all this stuff is like extra stuff for her to do. A lot of the work was done on the computer through apps and stuff like that. So,
and then you got to remember all the passwords.
Oh, yeah. There's that. Let's not get me started on that one.
We can't even remember passwords as adults.
I can't even remember my passwords. So, yeah, there's that. Getting her onto these apps. But then it is the focus thing. She starts it, and then it's
because
the
mom's there,
screen.
so mom can help.
So now she's like, oh, there's my toys, right? So close. And the television is just so close.
Well, I mean, I think all moms and dads are going through their own issues, and it's not easy for anyone with homeschooling.
No, we're all having a tough time. Kimry, I don't know how you're doing it.
Kimry, any advice? I mean, you're a mom of 3. Any advice to any parent?
4. Kyle is in high school.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Any advice for you for any moms and dads out there that are homeschooling right now?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Any advice coming from especially a mom of 4 with any moms and dads out there that are struggling with homeschooling?
You're still cracking up.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're far.
It may be the phone. Let me just check our settings.
All right.
Are we a little better now?
Yeah, I can hear you clearer, but you're still far away. But that's okay. I'll listen closely.
Okay. So any advice that you could give any parents that are going through the process right now, especially coming, you being a mom of 4?
Yeah, we lost all that. I'm sorry.
Maybe check yours.
I can hear Taylor better if she speaks it.
Well,
my loud ass mouth. So basically, Andrew's just asking if you had any advice for the parents homeschooling right now, since you have 4 kids.
Advice,
Yeah.
I would just check and recheck your kids' work. Make sure that your kids are earning what they deserve. Make sure you set up a schedule and you set up a designated area. Like I have a back room. I put a back cloth for Eliana, so it's like cute. Like
I definitely
make it
think that's
fun
important.
and interactive,
Yes.
like a YouTuber. They have those little.
Yes,
Like a cute
that's actually a
little-
great idea, Camry.
So
I really
it's not all it's cracked up to be. Give yourself some leeway. The kids are resilient, and we're going to get through it all together. And just try to be positive. Don't, just try to be positive.
Do you think this is going to last all year long, or do you think we're going to get back in school?
Right after the election, I'm sure we'll open everything up.
Yeah,
well, that's what everyone is
that's what
saying.
he's saying.
That's my guess.
Yeah, it should all be away November 4th or 5th.
Yeah, it depends. It all depends. Not that I think it's political, and I don't want to go political, but I think our children are the ones hurting, and there are ways to be able to get them to be in school, and I think the fear has been put into people, and that's what's driving all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
You know?
Well, thank you very much, Kimry, for calling in.
We do
It was nice.
appreciate it.
It was nice to hear from the Atlantic side too, since I have Kenzie and Fall River schools.
Atlantis is really doing a good job at the virtual, the Google Classroom, and the teachers are coming in and something like I look at dance, like Eva does dance at
Artistic. Oh, no, it's not artistic. It's Studio Art Life.
Yeah.
On Globe Street.
And they have some kids in person and they have some kids virtual, and they're doing the class all together, and they should be able to do that in public school.
Oh, that's cool how they're doing that. Does Eva go every week? Go in, or does they switch her off?
She goes in. There's 5 people in the class and 2 people on virtual.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, why can't you do that with school?
Right,
It's wild to me how everybody. I feel like, we're not blaming the teachers. It's not you. You guys are dealing with some shit, but
it's administration.
I just don't understand how we can make some things work. Right, we can make some extracurriculars work, but we can't make school work. Wild to me.
Yeah. And why aren't we talking to the schools who are doing things differently and figure out how to get this done?
Yeah. It's been rough. Oh, hey, Junior. Junior's the one from Swansea that was telling me his kids go on 2 days and then home 2 days and then in school 2 days. Yeah.
No, I would. Nope.
And then she keeps getting the calls that their son isn't. Hi, Ryan's in the Zoom class. You got that problem too. Yeah, Mom, I'm in class. No, you're playing video games.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Kimry. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thank
All
you
right,
so
one
much.
more piece of advice. Don't let your kids go to the bathroom with their phones, because then they'll take forever.
I think we do that as adults.
That's all right, trying to hide from Mackenzie.
See you later, ladies.
Thank you so much. Have a
Bye.
great
Bye.
night.
How do I shut this off?
Oh, Taylor. There we go. Woo! Sorry, guys. That was our first time that we've had a call in. So
it's our first episode. Well, a real episode, really.
yeah, so we struggled a little bit.
That was awesome, though.
But we had it.
There was a lot there. So now at least I feel a little bit better about my patience level and parenting level. Oh, shut up. I'm not going to call you anymore. I thought you were my friend.
Thank you guys all.
Yeah, we know you get a Patriots game coming up.
And we don't want to be the reason you guys are mad, because that game's coming on very quick and we still need to drive home and see it as well.
Yeah,
but,
really, we're being selfish.
a little bit. But once again, Vieira Auto Group, thank you so much for being our elite sponsor.
Brian, I also saw your comments coming in.
Oh, we did see your comments. And Lucas, we are with you. We are with you, Lucas. So, anytime you want a video game date, I got you. We can play video games. Me and Lucas, we can play video games.
Oh, I just want to read this comment because this makes sense. For the young kids like my daughter in kindergarten, I would rather send them home a packet to work on instead of sitting in front of the computer. I agree with that 100%. How do you learn how to write? And be on a computer when you're a little kid. But anyways, that's our last comment.
That was our last comment.
We
yeah.
gotta get to the Patriots game. I love you all.
Lucas, I'm glad we made your night.
It's so cute.
And once again, video game night. I mean, Taylor can play video games too. Mackenzie,
I
yeah,
don't play video games at all.
she really can't do much. Yeah.
I don't have that hand-eye coordination.
And this is why we are going to all watch the Patriots and hope they do well.
Next week though. Catch us next week.
Oh,
We have a very special guest here. I'm
yes.
so excited.
My favorite of all time. Also, it's probably where I go broke 99.9%
I think we all do.
of the time.
Girls who are listening right now, get ready for this.
So all girls, next Monday, live once again, same time, same place, with wine, no cupcakes. We don't have
dieting.
cupcakes.
Hey, Andrea's down 6 pounds.
I am down 6 pounds. Taylor, would you like to share how down
Well, I
you
didn't jump
are?
on the scale this morning, so.
Yeah, of course not. She had a rough weekend. So next Monday, we are going to have Ange from Privy Boutique in Westport on our show. I'm super excited.
I think
love
we should
Ange.
go shopping this week at Privy anyways.
Yes. I love Ange. I know all you guys that are watching.
She's a boss-ass bitch. I'm excited to have her on. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
You need to tune in for next Monday. It is going to be a
Bring your
wild
questions for
one.
Ange. If you have boss-ass bitch questions. Bring
Yes,
them.
please. We will be discussing so much as woman empowerment, but not only that, just like businesses getting out there, the struggles of
The COVID regulations.
the struggles of what we're facing, being brave and starting your own business,
Yeah,
being an
yeah.
entrepreneur. She has a lot to say.
Yeah.
Homegirl's got a lot to say. And
I'm
that's
excited.
why this is the place to have her.
Yeah.
With us.
Cupcakes and wine.
Yep. So stay tuned on Monday. It's going to be great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys throughout the week. Go Patriots. Get well, Cam Newton. I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great night.